The login module is going to display a username and password login form. It also is going to display a link to retrieve a forgotten password. If you have registration enabled in your user manager /options screen, then another link will be shown to enable self-registration for users. So this is where you create a module that shows up that allows people to register for the site if they're not already registered. They can retrieve a forgotten password, or they can log in by simply entering their username and password. We need to give the module a title, choose to show the title or not, choose a position for our module, set the status and the access levels for the specific module. We can order the module's position here with the ordering tab. We can set a start publishing date and a finish publishing date, choose our language and make ourselves a note. Down at the bottom here on the bottom left, we can assign where we want this module to show up. So if we only want it to show up on the home page and the careers page, we would do that and simply hit save. We've got pre-text and we have post-text. So this is the text or HTML that is displayed above the login form. So you can go ahead and add whatever text you like in here. This is going to show up on top of the login form, and the post-text is going to show beneath the login form. In addition to that, we've got login redirection pages. So we can select the page that the user is going to be redirected to after they successfully log in. And you can select from all the pages listed in the drop-down menu. You can choose default. It's going to just simply return them to the same page. So we can create a page, assign that page to a menu, and then link the redirection page here. If we've got a page for logged in users, we can do that as well. If you come back to, there's another video on hidden menus where we create some menus that aren't published. And so we need to create pages that aren't linked to from anywhere else, and then we show you how to do that in those videos. So if you wanted to create a custom welcome page, you could do that. You would need to create another menu and then link that page to that specific menu, and then simply unpublish that menu, and then the menu and the page would show up here in the drop down, and you could select that page and that user would be sent to that page. Make sure that both the page and the menu item, once you add it to the menu, are published, but the menu itself remains unpublished, and that's how you can kind of hide pages from users and link to them from other areas inside Joomla. We've got a logout redirection page. This is, you can select the page the user will be redirected to after successfully ending their current session by logging out. Again, you can select from all down the different pages here in the drop downs. You can show a greeting, choose to show it or hide it, it's up to you. Do you want to show the username or the name that they put in, or their username, if you will, after they log in? And whether or not you need to encrypt your login form is going to depend upon whether or not you have SSL in place or not. There's some advanced options here, very simple stuff. Alternative layouts, again, probably not going to apply to a lot of users. And then module class suffix is how the page is going to look. You can apply your own CSS class or use one that came with your template. In addition to that, you can create your own by adding it to the template.css file and then calling it here, referring to it here. And then we have caching for this specific template. Real quick note on the basic options. When you add pre-text, when you add post-text, you can actually add HTML in here. So you can say, you could put a link inside this box here, and it'll be active. So you can dump in any sort of code, any sort of HTML there that you want. You can also put an image in here, a little thumbnail if you wanted to, or a banner, so to speak, depending upon the width of your module position. Just be mindful when you put in pre-text and post-text that it will affect the layout of that page, because that module is going to be published and it's already going to take up some room with the login, username, and password stacked on top of each other, to include some additional text about forgotten passwords and things like this. So as you tinker with this, the post and pre-text, be mindful again of how it affects your layout. Just a quick tip, and thanks.